Why eating right might not be enough? Let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I met with a patient named Jerry. He is 72 years old, walks every morning, eats grilled chicken and salads, avoids fried foods, and drinks plenty of water. By all accounts, he is doing everything right, yet his blood test came back showing cholesterol levels that were sky high. Jerry looked at me confused and asked, "Doc, I do not get it. I am not eating cheeseburgers every day. Why is this still happening?" And maybe you have felt that same frustration. Maybe you have been told by your doctor to eat less fat, cut down on red meat, and everything will be fine. But even after swapping steak for tofu, your numbers are still not budging. Or worse, they are going up. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Thousands of older adults across America are asking the same question Jerry asked me. Here is the thing. It is not just about how much fat you eat. It is about how your body handles fat, sugar, and cholesterol. And that has a lot more to do with your gut, your metabolism, and your daily food habits than you might think. So today we are going to clear up the confusion once and for all. No scare tactics, no trendy diets, just science-based strategies you can actually use. Because the truth is, cholesterol is not the villain many people think it is. It is more like a messenger one that tells us something deeper is happening inside your body. And if you are over 60, your body speaks a little differently than it did when you were 30. It is time we learn to listen in the right way. Here is what you can expect in this episode. We will uncover the silent ways your gut can be raising your cholesterol without you realizing it. We will break down the difference between good fats, bad fats, and sneaky fats hiding in your pantry. We will look at 7 powerful foods that are not only heart healthy, but proven to support better cholesterol digestion and even brain function. This is the kind of episode I wish every senior could hear, because it is full of practical tips that could change your health in just a few weeks. And if you are here for the first time, welcome. This is Longevity Life, where we break down the science of healthy aging one story at a time. Before we dive in, if you have not subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. Let's get started, because Jerry is not the only one with questions, and you might be surprised by what you learned today. The real reason your cholesterol is still high, let us face it, cholesterol has been misunderstood for decades. For years we were told it is simple, eat less fat and your cholesterol will drop. But if that were true, why are millions of health-conscious Americans, especially older adults, still battling high cholesterol numbers? You may be one of them. Maybe you eat right, you walk daily, you take your meds, but that LDL number still seems stubborn. Here is something your doctor might not have told you. Not all high cholesterol is caused by bacon and butter. In fact, for about 30% of people, their genes are doing most of the talking. They are what we call super absorbers. Their gut pulls in more cholesterol from food than the average person. And others have a liver that simply does not clear cholesterol as it should. That is not your fault, but it does mean you need a smarter plan. On top of that, your gut health, yes, your microbiome plays a massive role. Certain bacteria in your digestive tract can either help remove cholesterol or make your body hold on to it. That means what you feed those bacteria matters just as much as what you avoid. Here is the deeper truth that gets overlooked. High cholesterol is not just a diet issue, it is a metabolism issue. And metabolism slows down as we age, especially after 60. That means your body may take longer to clear cholesterol from the blood, especially if your digestion is sluggish, your liver is stressed, or your gut bacteria are out of balance. Let me ask you something. Do you go more than one day without a bowel movement? Do you often feel bloated or gassy? Do you get tired after eating fatty meals? These are not just minor annoyances. They are signs your digestive system may be recycling cholesterol back into your blood instead of flushing it out. That is why today's episode is not just about telling you what foods to avoid. It is about giving you tools to rebalance your metabolism, support your gut, and choose foods that work with your body, not against it. We are going to look at powerful ingredients like navy beans, garlic apples, and even broccoli, and what they do inside your body to support healthy cholesterol levels. We will also touch on something rarely mentioned, your gallbladder. Did you know it stores bile, which is made from cholesterol? And if you are not pooping, well, that bile gets recycled, meaning cholesterol gets recycled too. So yes, your poop habits can tell you a lot about your heart health. And while this might sound complicated, I promise by the end of this episode, you will walk away with 3 simple food rules and a few surprising fixes. You can start this week. If this is making sense so far, take a second and comment 1 below to let me know you are with me. That helps me keep sharing useful tips with folks just like you. We are just getting started. Up next, we will dive into the science of how your gut and liver team up to control your cholesterol behind the scenes. This is where it gets fascinating. What your gut, liver, and poop say about your cholesterol. Let us break this down, no medical jargon, just plain truth. Imagine your body like a factory. And in that factory, cholesterol is one of the materials used to build important parts like hormones, cell walls, and bile. Now here's the catch. Just like any factory, if the production line is unbalanced or the recycling department is broken, you can end up with waste piling up in all the wrong places. That is exactly what happens when your body holds on to too much cholesterol. Let us talk about your gut microbiome. This is the collection of trillions of bacteria in your digestive system. Some of them are your best friends. Others, not so much. Good bacteria help turn cholesterol into forms your body cannot absorb, like something called coprostanol. That means the more of those helpful bacteria you have, the more cholesterol you send out through the toilet, literally. But if your gut is missing these friendly bugs, cholesterol gets reabsorbed back into your blood, raising your LDL, next your liver. This is your cholesterol factory. It makes bile, a digestive fluid that helps break down fats. Bile is made from cholesterol, and it gets stored in your gallbladder. Every time you eat a fatty meal, your gallbladder squeezes, releasing bile into your intestines. If you have a healthy digestive rhythm, most of that bile leaves your body in your poop. But guess what? About 95% of your bile gets reabsorbed unless it binds to soluble fiber. That is right. Fiber acts like a sponge, grabbing onto cholesterol-rich bile and helping flush it out. So what happens if you do not eat enough fiber? That bile and all the cholesterol in it gets pulled back into your bloodstream, raising your cholesterol over time. Now let us get practical. You want to lower cholesterol. You need to poop better. And I do not mean watery diarrhea. I mean solid, smooth type, 3 to 4 on the Bristol stool chart, the gold standard for healthy digestion. If your poop is hard and infrequent, you are likely reabsorbing too much cholesterol. If it is too loose, you may have inflammation or missing bacteria. Either way, your gut is trying to tell you something. Let us go back to the microbiome. Some key players that help with cholesterol include Lactobacillus species, Bifidobacterium species, Akkermansia mucinifila, Eubacterium coprostanoligenes. These names might sound complicated, but feeding them is simple. You just need prebiotic foods. That means foods rich in special fibers your gut bacteria love. Think navy beans, garlic onions, apples, and whole oats. These ingredients do not just keep you regular. They support short-chain fatty acid production, like butyrate and propionate, which help lower cholesterol by reducing absorption and improving liver function. Now, here is something else engineered foods, also known as ultra-processed foods, work against you. They may be labeled low fat or low sugar, but they are often loaded with additives, preservatives, and empty starches that damage your gut and confuse your metabolism. For example, white rice, white bread instant noodles. These cause sugar spikes and inflammation, which in turn raise cholesterol, especially triglycerides. Even healthy foods like apple juice or applesauce can be stripped of fiber and full of added sugar. So the rule is, if a food looks nothing like it did in nature, it probably is not helping your health. If you are still with me and finding this helpful, please comment 1 below so I know you are here. This kind of information is not easy to find, and your support helps me share it with more seniors across the country. Next, we will explore real foods that fight cholesterol from the inside out. Foods you can find at your local grocery store and start using today. Meet Ellen. How a simple food switch changed everything. Let me introduce you to Ellen. She is 75, a retired nurse from Oregon, who always prided herself on living clean. No smoking, no heavy drinking. She even did yoga 3 times a week. But like many of us, she had a blind spot: her cholesterol. It was just a little high, her doctor said, but every year it crept up a little more. Soon her LDL was over 160, and her triglycerides were nearing 200. Her doctor wanted to start her on medication. I am not against medicine, Ellen told me, but I wanted to try something else first. I just needed to know what works. That is when we looked at her pantry. It was full of low-fat crackers, canned soup, granola bars, and even some sugar-free pudding. I thought I was doing good, she said. These are all the things the labels said were heart-healthy. The truth: they were engineered foods full of preservatives, sodium-refined starches, and chemical sweeteners. Nothing close to the whole foods her body needed to heal. So we made 3 simple changes. Number 1. We swapped her snack bars with a small apple and a handful of walnuts. Number 2. She added navy beans to her soups and sprinkled ground flaxseed on her oatmeal. Number 3. She roasted garlic and onions twice a week and added them to nearly everything. Ellen was skeptical. I do not even like beans, she joked, but I am willing to try. The first week, she felt bloated. But by week 2, her digestion smoothed out. She was pooping every morning like clockwork, and for the first time in years, she said she felt lighter. But the real magic. After just 6 weeks, her repeat blood test showed her LDL dropped by 28 points. Her triglycerides were down by 35. And she had lost 5 pounds without trying. What did she do? She changed her relationship with food. She began to see her plate not just as calories, but as medicine. Each fiber-rich bite was a decision to clean out her system, lower her inflammation, and love her body just a little more. And let me tell you, Ellen was proud. I feel like I am in control again, she said. At my age, that matters. Now I would love to hear from you. What is one small food habit you have changed in the past year that made a big difference? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. This is not about perfection. It is about power. You can start small. You can start today. And in the next section, I will walk you through the 7 best foods to start with, based on science, not hype. 7 power foods to lower cholesterol naturally. Now let's get practical. We have talked about how cholesterol works, how your genes and gut play a role, and we heard Ellen's story. So now it is time for your Toolkit 7 real foods that help your body clear cholesterol, support your metabolism, and keep your heart strong. These are foods I recommend to my clients over 60 every day. They are easy to find, affordable, and most importantly, they work. Number 1, navy beans. These little guys are fiber powerhouses. Just half a cup has nearly 10 grams of fiber. Much of it soluble fiber, which binds cholesterol in your gut and pulls it out through your stool. Want to boost their power? Add garlic and onion. Not only do they taste better, but those ingredients feed the friendly gut bacteria that help turn cholesterol into harmless compounds. Pro tip, start slow. Add a few spoonfuls to soup or mash into a soft spread. Your gut will thank you. Number 2, raw or lightly cooked garlic garlic contains a compound called allicin that reduces inflammation and supports liver function. That means your body can better manage cholesterol on its own. To preserve allicin, chop garlic and let it sit for 10 minutes before cooking. Roast it in the oven with the skin on. It gets sweeter and gentler on the stomach, but still retains benefits. Number 3, apples. Do not underestimate the humble apple. Packed with pectin, a type of soluble fiber, apples bind cholesterol and help you poop more regularly. Plus, they are easy to find whether you are at home in the airport or staying at a friend's house. Tip, eat the peel. That is where most of the fiber and antioxidants are. Number 4, oats and barley. These grains are high in beta-glucans, which trap cholesterol in your digestive tract and lower LDL levels. Cook oats and refrigerate overnight for more resistant starch, which improves your blood sugar response too. Barley can be added to soups or cooked like rice. Just 1/3 cup of dry oats gives you the daily beta-glucan dose, proven to lower cholesterol. Number 5, broccoli and cruciferous veggies. Broccoli has a phytonutrient called glucoraphanin that activates your body's antioxidant system and reduces LDL oxidation. In simple terms, it helps your arteries stay smooth and clean. Pre-chop broccoli 30 minutes before cooking to unlock its full potential. Other options, red cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts. Pick your favorite and go with it. Number 6, walnuts rich in omega-3 fats. Walnuts lower LDL and reduce inflammation. Just 1 handful, about 1/4 cup a day, can improve your cholesterol profile. Eat them raw, not roasted in oil or coated in sugar. Try adding them to oatmeal salads or just grab a few with your morning tea. Number 7, black beans. Similar to navy beans, but slightly earthier in flavor. These are high in fiber, protein, and resistant starch that feeds good gut bacteria. That means better digestion, better cholesterol metabolism, and even better weight control. Swap them in once or twice a week. You can make a black bean chili mix into brown rice or mash into tacos. Bonus tip, watch your cooking fats. Many people sabotage their cholesterol-friendly meals by adding too much butter, margarine, or coconut oil. These fats are high in saturated fat, which raises LDL. Instead, try olive oil, avocado oil, or just steam your food and season with herbs. If you are planning to try even one of these 7 foods this week, type TRI in the comments below. I want to celebrate your steps, no matter how small they feel. Remember, food is not about restriction. It is about reconstruction, choosing ingredients that rebuild your health from the inside out. In the final part of this episode, I will share a few final thoughts, a powerful metaphor to remember, and how you can stay on this journey with me. Let's take a breath. We have traveled through the story of cholesterol, from the genes you were born with, to the gut bacteria you can feed, to the foods that act like natural medicine. So what is the final takeaway? It is this: you have more control than you think. Yes, your genes matter. Yes, your past choices matter. But what you eat today, how you care for your body tomorrow, and the small changes you stick with, those are the real game changers. Imagine your body like a garden. Your gut is the soil. Your food is the seed. Your habits, that is the sun and the water. And just like any garden, it takes time. But with patience and the right daily habits, your internal world becomes more vibrant, more resilient, and more alive. So let's wrap with a few simple steps to take home. Add navy beans or black beans to your meals at least 2 times a week. Chop broccoli 30 minutes before cooking. Snack on 1 apple with the peel daily. Start your morning with oats or barley. Keep walnuts handy, about 1/4 cup a day. Use garlic and onions to flavor and heal. Cut back on white rice and processed oils. These are small steps, but each one builds a stronger, longer, more energized life. And remember, your gut health is the foundation of your heart health. If this episode made you think, helped you learn, or inspired a change, do me a favor. Comment one below if you are with me. If you are already using one of these foods, share your favorite way to cook it. If you learned something new, hit like and subscribe to Longevity Life. We break down senior health like nobody else. Before we go, what topics should we explore next? Blood pressure, brain fog, joint pain, let me know. And if you want to go deeper on gut health, cholesterol, and heart protection, make sure to watch the next episode here on Longevity Life. We will talk about how fermented foods and probiotics play a role in aging with clarity and strength. Until then, this is Dr. John Smith signing off with one final message. Every bite is a chance to nourish your cells, a chance to protect your future, a chance to live with strength, not fear. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay well, stay curious, and stay connected. See you in the next episode.